Whew, man. Guys, the wind has been crazy today and it's finally settled down this afternoon. And I think I'm going to be changing the design of that walnut table that I'm building. I talked to my brother and he talked it over with me, and we kind of discussed this. That table is a little small for a dining room table. It's only at its widest point about 32 inches wide. And I have to agree with him. It is a little bit narrow for a dining room table. So I think what I'm gonna do is make it into a coffee table. It'll be kind of a big coffee table, but I think it's what I need to do. And we also discussed possibly either using steel for the legs, do something a little different than what I've already got made right now. And the legs that I already have made right now, I can actually use on this right here. I'm going to be using some of this wood right here to make a much larger table, probably one that's 8 foot long or so. So what I need to do is actually grab some of these walnut logs right here and see if I can make some 4x4 posts out of those to be able to use for legs. That way we're using the same species of wood with that tabletop. So hope the wind's not too bad for you guys. Let me go grab the log arch trailer and grab onto a log, get it on a mill. Let's do some milling. guys, so what I've got here is a 5 wide by 6 1/4 tall. So that means I can take about 1 inch off the top, a little more or so. Technically 1 1/4 inches, but I've got to allow for the kerf of the blade, which I believe is about 50 or 60 thousandths, something like that. It's not real thick, but still have to account for it. I think I usually go 1/8 of an inch is what I allow for it. But anyways, so it's 6 1/4 tall, 5 inches wide. We're gonna make it 5 by 5 and get 1 inch board off the top of it there. So let's get her. So I was having some camera issues there, but anyways, well, all of a sudden we've got a whole bunch of clouds come over top of us here. It's getting considerably darker pretty quick, but anyways, I got this done. We got a nice little 5 by 5 of some black walnut here. I'm kind of scratching my head on this one. I don't know if this is actually black walnut. It might actually be English walnut. It's a little bit lighter color than the black walnut. But as this sets out in the sun, gets sunlight on it and everything, it will get darker. But this should be from the same tree that the tabletop came from, so it should have very much the same colors and everything in it. It's really hard to tell. As you can see, it's a little darker here on the end from the oxidization and everything. And as you guys can tell, we got pretty good cloud cover, so the sun's not like hitting this right here and turning it really dark color. Usually when you mill walnut, it's not going to be as dark as it's going to be when you first see it. With time, it gets darker. So yeah, anyways, there it is, a nice big walnut 5 by 5 right there. I can't wait to use that thing. I think what I'm going to be doing with this is actually a timber frame style, so we'll be able to use it while it's still green. We don't have to wait for it to dry. It will, you know, it'll do all of its splitting and cracking and everything that timber frame stuff does over time as it's drying out. And that's not a big deal whenever you're doing woodworking like this right here. The main thing is whenever you glue something up like a tabletop or something like that, it needs to be dry. That way it doesn't get all wavy and stuff on you and do a whole lot of movement as it's drying and everything. But as far as legs and stuff, if you timber frame it, you can do that green. You don't really want to be putting any screws or anything into that thing. But I don't know, we'll probably be making some legs out of this hopefully before too long. We got to let it dry probably just a little bit. And yeah, so anyways, the next step is probably going to be getting it over here on the router sled, where I will bring out my planer probably, I don't know, maybe next weekend, and run this thing through the planer. I'm going to have my son come out and help me because that thing's pretty big, and we'll have to get that ran through the planer, get it to a nice perfect thickness and plane down so it looks nice and pretty. and then it'll be ready to be worked on, cut up and everything, and made into some coffee table legs. So anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.